Welcome to today's recipe, which is a one-pot wonder. You're going to find all of the ingredients listed in my one-pot wonder Ninja Foodi cookbook, and I'm sure you're going to find it simple and easy to follow. All of these recipes are super easy to create. One Pot Wonders is about making amazing food in one pot that uses several of the functions and different methods to get the most out of your Ninja Foodi. And of course, with the least effort possible. What I love about all of these recipes is that they are inclusive. And this means that you won't need to be cooking your rice elsewhere or putting your hob on to cook your vegetables. These truly are full meals made in your Ninja Foodi. So I really hope you enjoy this recipe. Don't forget to hit the like button for me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well if you haven't already. Let's get into today's one pot wonder, and I hope you really enjoy this. Here we go with another one pot wonder. Now I am kind of breaking the rules a little bit with this because I'm doing one little process here before everything gets layered up in the pot, but everything's going to be cooked at one time at the end. So I'm doing this because I like my potatoes tender. I think they're better when they've been parboiled before they're then baked. It's up to you. You can layer them straight on top if you wish to, but realistically, whilst I'm chopping up the rest of the veg, this can be happening so easily. So on to sear and saute. I've got sliced potatoes in there and I've just simply got some water. Let's add a little bit of salt into those as well. Lovely. And I'm just going to bring those up to a boil and let those simmer away for a little bit. I just want to make sure that they are nice and tender. Then we will get on to the rest of the dish. So you can see here they've come to a boil. You can turn down your sear and saute. I just give those, I mean, they're sliced thin, so sort of 3 minutes, I would say, is probably enough just to tenderize those. Potatoes are drained, so let's get on with this one pot wonder. Start getting everything in there, get it layered up, and make a gorgeous hot pot. So the pot is nice and warm, so I'm getting some spray oil in the bottom. I'm going to begin with my onion. Let's get a little bit of colour on there before we put in our beef. I've got lots of vegetables going into this. We've got carrot, we've got swede, and we have also got parsnip. So this is a real good comforting dish, a way of getting lots of vegetables. Of course, we've got the potatoes as well, and the onion. This is a real classic one pot meal, and I'm sure you're going to love this. Let's add in the beef mince. And we just want to get some colour on the outside. Now this recipe is going to be pressure cooked. So we're not trying to cook things all the way through. But it's nice just to get those flavours working and get a little bit of colour on things. So I can go back onto a higher sear and saute now that that beef is in there. Now I'm going to add my vegetables in. So that is my carrot, swede and parsnip all in there. Give that a nice stir into the beef. We want to season this well. So I want black pepper and some salt. I'm going to be using some Worcestershire sauce. You can either add horseradish or mustard, doesn't matter what you want to put into it. Something that's going to give it a little bit of a kick and some background heat. But you remember there's a lot of vegetables and beef in here, so you're not really going to notice it too much. It's more just a nice background flavour to it. So let's stir that through. Got some sprigs of thyme that I'm going to add into this as well. And this is going to be pressure cooked. Now I'm adding a little bit of flour. It doesn't need a great deal, but we're going to coat the meat and the vegetables in that. And that's just going to help us to be able to get a thicker sauce on this, or gravy we should say, really, more of a gravy. Then a tablespoon of tomato puree and a nice splash of red wine. So continue on sear and saute just for a moment. just while we cook off the wine that's in there, and then we can add our stock. That's great. Wine has reduced nicely. Let's get in our beef stock. Let's pour that in. We've got a little bit stuck in the bottom, so just going to scrape that out. Give this a good stir. I made up that stock using hot water from my kettle. Brilliant. That is all in the bottom there nicely. Let's add some sprigs of thyme. What have I got here? Probably 4 sprigs of thyme. Just submerge that in. We can obviously take them out. They're just for the flavour. That is everything in my pot. So let's get it under pressure. Make sure your pressure valve is on seal. The natural release has finished, so I can now open up the lid. I can just easily scoop out the thyme. Vegetables are beautifully tender, but of course it is too liquid, which is what we normally have when we pressure cook. Generally, it's not ever going to be thick enough with this type of recipe. So you have options. You can sear and saute this and just reduce it down. You can add some gravy granules, that works really well, or you can add a cornflour slurry. So it's really up to you what you put in. There's no right or wrong here, you just add in as you wish to. I'm actually going to go for some gravy granules in mine. I'm just going to add them in until this is thick enough. And of course, those gravy granules are going to give me extra flavour as well. Okay, you can see the difference with that now. That really thickened up very, very quickly. Nice and easy doing it that way. That is gorgeous. Now, again, you have some options here. We've got our sliced potatoes ready. You can put this into a Ninja pot or some sort of other baking pot that's going to fit into the main pot, and then layer it with your potatoes and bake it like that. Or you can leave it in the main pot as it is, put your potatoes on and then go straight on to bake. Either way works really well. Obviously, if you think you're going to have leftovers and you're going to want to put them in the fridge, then by putting it in the smaller pot can be quite useful. But if you know it's just going to get eaten straight away, everyone can dive into the big pot and take some. My last vegetable that I want to add in is some peas, and they are just frozen peas that I have. They're more or less defrosted on the side, and I am just going to stir those through. This is looking beautiful now. We've got loads of veg in here. Given it a taste as well. It's tasting really, really lovely. Such a gorgeous comfort dish. Imagine this, big bowl of this on a cold day is going to be perfect. So I've decided to put it in the pot, and I am going to start layering up my potatoes. Just want to make sure that they are covering filling and go all the way around. So these potatoes are part cooked, so they are going to not take too long to be fully done. So that is my first layer of potatoes. Unfortunately, my brush, my pastry brush, which I would normally have used for this, it's in the dishwasher and it's on. So I'm just going to have to drizzle over a little bit of butter. That is going to make this taste really, really good. A little bit of salt over those potatoes. And then a little sprinkle of grated Parmesan cheese as well. Break up that little lump that we've got there. Gorgeous. And then go again with another layer of potatoes. If you only want the one layer of potatoes, then just half the quantity. I quite like a big amount of potatoes on the top of mine. There you go. We're getting there. Just a few more left, so I'm just going to scatter those around. Fill up any gaps that we've got. So I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to drizzle a little bit more of my melted butter over the top of those potatoes. And as you can see, these quantities have worked perfectly to get that all in the Ninja pot. So I'm adding some Parmesan to the top. Now, if this browns too quickly, all I'll do is I'll cover it with a little bit of foil, so I'll keep an eye on it. Underneath is all cooked, but we want to make sure that those potatoes are crispy, bubbling, but really nice and tender. So this is going on the rack. Oh, it's heavy. There's a lot in there. You can see that I have obviously emptied the pot. I've rinsed it really quickly. I'm not too worried about the little bits on the side. So that's going in. Let's get it on to bake. That's just come straight out of the Ninja. It is bubbling. The potatoes are golden. They are soft underneath as well. And that is blipping away. That is gorgeous. What a lovely one pot meal that you can make in your Ninja Foodi. Few little steps with this one, but I think it is worth it to make sure that the potatoes are nicely cooked and they are gorgeous. I will show you. Look at those. Really, really nice. I have nicked one off the top already and had a little taste. They taste so good because obviously they've got that butter, salt and Parmesan on them. Really, really tasty.